a lot of new phases for you guys. Where are you at in terms of depth, and who are you looking at for who's kind of standing out so far?
I mean, sure. Everybody's standing out in a real positive way right now. Depth, you're looking at the defensive tackle and nose guard position, rolling 3 to 4 at each position. Especially at the tackle, you see about 4 guys there. At the nose guard, you're looking at about 3.
Lee's kind of the big name that everybody's kind of looking at.
Yeah.
What's he like in practice, and what's he been like since he got here?
Man, I'm just not in practice. I think he's one of those guys that walk through the door, and he has one of those, one of those personalities that people gravitate to. It's infectious. Lights up the room. He has a little girl that pretty much is his twin, and she's the same way. He's just one of those that carries, a presence to him where other guys fit in and they see it and they feed off of it.
And I know he probably technically doesn't fit into your room here, but bringing in David Bailey, bringing in Romello Height, what does having edge rushers like that do to help your guys' position?
Oh, come on. It just makes you more of an elite group. It's really hard to when you have those many guys that can affect the quarterback, it's really hard to pick out who you're going to slide to. So, the people have to start going to 6 and 7 man protections, and then, let them see if they can handle it. These guys are ready to go. These are some pros.
Zarnell, you mentioned a moment ago your noses and your tackles. Which guys do you have at which spots that you coach?
At nose, you got Lee Hunter, you got Jaden Cofield, you got our young freshman that's making some really good strides in Keyshawn Williams. We look at the tackle position, you got Skylar, AJ. You'll duel some of these guys where they can play both, but that's where they'll start off. And then you got Amir Washington that's having a really good camp right now. And then we got Duda Banks still that's not out there right now.
So I was going to ask you project Duda then playing that
I project Duda. I actually played with him a couple of springs ago where I was actually putting him at nose. Pass rush situations, and he actually didn't look bad. So when he gets back, I see where he fits, but I look at him as another guy that could be a dual guy to you. That can play both positions.
And obviously you've seen college football for 20 years or whatever as a player first, and then an assistant coach for a long time. You seem to be like one of the biggest beneficiaries of NIL.
Yeah.
How has your views evolved on NIL when you get 3, I guess in your case, you get 3 ready-made upperclassmen guys ready to come in here and help you versus having to develop the guys who were freshmen last year?
Yeah. I was saying that even the ones you get through NIL, everybody needs to be coached. I look at these guys and I just look at the unit, and you add some leadership in the position. I always kind of joke around and tell everybody it's really exciting to be the defensive line coach in Lubbock, Texas, and you're just really excited about people and persons that come in and won't give you that opportunity through NIL, and we really truly excited about everybody and appreciate everybody that helps with that situation.
And Clay was being really complimentary of Skylar when we asked him about him a moment ago. In your view, who has the highest ceiling in terms of a skill set?
We got some freshmen here too. I look at when you look at Skylar and see what kind of player he is, he's so twitchy, so strong. He can help you in so many different ways. And another leader, another guy that has played a lot of ball, that comes in and wants to be special, wants to be on the special defense. And he's been doing a great job for him. I can't ask for more. And the fun thing about these guys, they love playing football. They love playing football. And when you got a group like that wants to be in the meeting rooms, that wants to, push you as a coach with me, and one of the best things that ever happened with me, I got Coach Teachy here that's been in the defense, been doing a wonderful job helping out with those guys. Been in with the defense when it started, working the techniques. And then you look at the overall group, they hold each other accountable. So I'm excited, man.
So I got Clay's opinion. I want to hear your side of the story. So you actually retweeted, but Shield Woods tweeted, "Never witnessed a practice like that before. Curious to see if it can be replicated on Tuesday."
Yeah.
What was going on?
It was really exciting. It just started with every drill. I think, the the guys, you want to practice. Like I said, these guys love playing football. Their energy in the practice, you can feel it. We had about a little bit over 200 coaches here, high school coaches coming off our clinic. And then you had a lot of different recruiters here, so you had a stage put up for them, and I guess everybody just rallied around it, and the energy stayed the whole practice.
So he was talking about kind of the competition between the O-line and D-line, and apparently, what did he say, the D-line had won on a couple days ago, and that never happens?
Well, right now, with we're in spring ball, it's no losers. There's no punishment or anything that comes out of it. Right now, we're just trying to iron sharpens iron, get after each other, make sure this is a really tough unit, and I think we're getting that accomplished so far through these practices.
You talked a little bit about the leadership in your room, but I'm wondering how someone like Skylar Gill, what he brings to that room because of his journey. Started at D2, walk on at Northern Illinois, becomes a captain. Now he's at a power conference school with a chance to go for championships. Can you just talk a little bit about what that experience and journey?
I mean, it's just like anything. When Skylar's probably that guy that people say you this and you that and you this, and he's a strong, mentally stable kid that he wants to prove people wrong, and he has. But we know what we got in Skylar. I just love the way he approached it. He approached the practice. These guys, our phone, it doesn't matter if it's during the day, after practice, these guys want to get coached, watching film at home, asking you questions, coming up. And that's why I was just saying, when you got guys like that, having a coach teaching her, a Jack teaching her, we now can split up and we're, okay, hey, these guys want to meet. Well, I can't meet with all four. And I got somebody here that knows the knowledge of the defense and the techniques because he was one of the ones that was there when it was created. So that's where you look at it and you say, man, we got a lot of right pieces in the right time, and we just got to go to work this spring and so on and so forth.
You and Clay both mentioned that using this camp just as an opportunity to kind of iron sharpens iron, right? How would you describe the identity of this defensive line just at this point in the spring ball?
Oh, they get after it. I'm really excited. I would say it's a very disruptive group. They're going to disrupt the time of the plays. They're going to put people on edge because of how they play. They play with, the true grit and toughness, and you see that they love having that double T on their chest. And that's what's exciting. This is going on year 4 for me and my wife and my family here. And, I mean, I think even our family see it. Just like my little boy, we coming off the field, and red zone lockout, one of our brand periods, and my little boy run up to me. He said, "Daddy, we got dogs here." And I looked at him and I said, "Son, yes, we do." And that same thing with my wife. I mean, we have been around some really good groups during my tenures, and I'll tell you, this is a group that I'm telling you that is exciting. I didn't coach a group that had 3 first picks on that team. When you look at the depth and you look at the pros that we have here and how they approach it to become a pro, these guys want to win. And I think we know that it's on our chest, when it's on our back, and I think we accept it.
I mean, you just said it yourself. This group is exciting.
Yeah.
What about the kind of culture you're trying to build? Is there something that specifically that you want to build within this?
I think the culture is built here. I think our head coach has done an unbelievable job building the culture. I think when those guys come in, when you bring in so many guys, you want to see how they fit in the culture. I think we did a great job of getting the guys that we need in positions we needed, but also not losing the mindset, not taking guys that's not good people. These guys are good people. It's just when they get on the field, they literally flip a switch, and it's just, man, I'm just having a ball coaching them, and I think everybody that helped me get this unit, I'm really grateful and proud to coach this group.
And it seems like it's just about bringing the energy and just being disruptive. Is there just a certain saying or a slogan that you brought to your room this time?
Man, I think these guys, the brand is our slogan. We don't have to create nothing. We don't have to add anything. These guys, we got what we needed to add. And these guys fit the culture, man, and we're really excited about it. People, people they see Skylar and they see Lee. I mean, A.J. Holmes is a man. Cofield, how he finished the year, and being a younger guy, 3 years left, you start seeing the pieces. You got to do the bank setting. That's not only been a great football player for us and grown over the years, but also probably been one of the best guys at blocking field goals and PATs. We blocked 7 in the last 3 years here. And even with that mentality and they knowing that, you should see how they're approaching it. We're not going to take that play off here at Texas Tech. And I'm excited to come to work every day and coach these guys and be a part of their life.
I mean, you said it once again. You're excited to come to work and coach these guys. I mean, with all the experience that you've accumulated over the years, and both as a player and as a coach, what's sort of your approach to getting the most out of your guys?
I think when you look at it, you got to look at each guy individually. Every day after practice, I'm gonna look at what we need to get better at as a unit, as a whole, and then we're gonna go into it where it's individually. That guy, this is 4 things we need to get better at him. We have a thing here we call 1%. We pick out those things, 1% to get better. That could be anything from hand placement, pad level, first step, counting off of blocks, getting vertical in your pass rush, and you get drills to match up, as many as you can for certain guys, and you just keep getting better. My approach with this group is find the things, and they know. These guys came here for a reason. They know what we have been able to do with defensive linemen. It's in black and white, and they wanted to get coached.
Zarnell, I just wanted to
Yes,
clarify, which one of your sons was it that said?
This is the smallest, or the youngest one, King Fitch. He actually did a couple of drills after that practice too. So we're gonna get ready. We do a couple of drills on the wall. He's not ready for the guys to watch him yet, so we're going to keep working, and hopefully by the end of spring, he'll let the guys watch him do some reps.
And he's how old?
He's 12.
12, okay.
Yes, Laura Bush all the way.
I was looking at your bio. Is
Yes.
your son Hunter, is he a fan of Lee Hunter?
Oh, come on now. It all works out with them QB hunters. It all works out, and Lee Hunter is definitely a QB hunter. I know you guys ain't got to be around him. I mean, man, he literally, when he walks in the room, it's a presence. It's a presence with him and Skylar and all those guys. They sit in the front of the meetings, in every meeting, even in our team meetings, take good notes, always got their eyes on our head coach. These guys are football players, and they're great young men, but these boys, they like to get after it. They like to play football. They love to learn. And, again, these are pros. We have pros here at Texas Tech.